Arsenal have produced another 5-star performance as Gabriel Jesus once again resurrected in what was a gargantuan win. So from Mikel Arteta's new attacking system to the transformation of Gabriel Jesus, a masterclass from Myles Lewis-Skelly, and what's happening with Bukayo Saka. As per, let's break it all down and discuss the 5 things we learned from Crystal Palace 1, Arsenal 5. Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Bass14. Welcome back to your boys channel and hope you guys are doing sensational after a 5-star performance with more than 5 things to break down. We are going to analyze every single thing in this video. As per, smash a like if you enjoy and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Help your boy on his road to 300,000 subscribers. But starting off with the Myles Lewis-Skelly statement. As Arsenal became the first team since Chelsea in 2005 to go an entire calendar year unbeaten in London derbies. We had just played Palace in the Carabao Cup and smashed 3 past them there. Confidence was definitely on a high, but there was still a lot of pressure. 2 league games that are to win, back-to-back draws. Mikel Arteta once again turned to 18-year-old Myles Lewis-Skelly, giving him only his 2nd ever Premier League start. As Jamie Carragher said in commentary, he doesn't look like an 18-year-old kid, does he? And the stats say the exact same, a 6.7 rating, winning 5 out of 6 ground duels, 2 tackles and not dribbled past a single time. A 95% passing accuracy, 1 out of 1 dribble. To go to Selhurst Park against an in-form Ismail Assar, against a Palace side that love to get forward and love to attack, also known for being the highest pressing team in the league, constantly trying to win the ball back high up the pitch. Myles was put in scenarios where a lot of experienced players struggle, but what we saw instead was a player rise to the occasion. A very mature performance, almost of a veteran. It's crazy seeing a player this young look this Premier League ready, a league known for its physicality. Myles is as strong as an ox, with fantastic ability to ride contact and hold players off. We've seen it in clips from the academy, bullying players to one side and not fazed by pressure. But to then do it inside the Premier League takes a different level of cojones. Think about every single cameo we've seen of Myles this season. Whether off the bench or from the start, he is yet to put a single foot wrong. And the crazy thing is the fact that he is still only 18. He's only made 2 Premier League starts. Just imagine him in 2 years' time with more experience under his belt. The more I see him playing, the more I see his composure, how comfortable he is playing under pressure. I see a future number 6, able to hold off players and turn him behind. With Thomas Partey's future uncertain and out of contract this season, Jorginho in a similar case as well, I'm sure that Arsenal will look to a market for a brand new midfielder. But I believe in the next 2 years with more experience, Myles Lewis-Skelly will also have a future in central midfield. But in a game where Arsenal created an XG of 3.13, they also conceded 1.84, with David Raya making some crucial saves, dropping a 7.5 rating with 5 saves, a 0.75 goals prevented, as well as 33 accurate passes and 4 accurate long balls. He nearly made a mistake, but he definitely made up for it. Important saves on the game still very close. He was saving Arsenal when we weren't looking strong defensively, as William Saliba struggled with a 6.4 rating, with 4 clearances and 1 interception, but also an error led to a shot that could have been a goal, winning only 1 of 4 ground duels. For Gabriel, it was a 7.0, 1 assist but also an error led to a shot, 0 ground duels won, and 4 in the air. In this game, we saw a new system from Mikel Arteta, with Havertz and Odegaard playing in front of Partey. With more attackers on the field, Arsenal were definitely more exposed, but also in terms of the team we were up against. Unlike Everton and Fulham, Palace were playing far more progressive, trying to get into Arsenal, win the ball back high up the pitch and play attacking. It opened up the game to become more end-to-end. Arsenal were able to thrive because of the quality of the attack, but with Thomas Partey at our lone number 6, he might have dropped a 7.1 rating, 1 assist, 51 accurate passes, 3 accurate long balls but only 2 out of 6 ground duels won. Partey was struggling because of the amount of players that Palace attack with. When you then have 2 attacking midfielders playing in front of you, without the security of a Declan Rice or Mikel Merino, with Arsenal adapting to a different type of system, we were way too open in the first half and got lucky that Palace didn't capitalise. But in the long term, I'm not too concerned. Not only because I think Arsenal will adapt, but in terms of defensively in the past few games, Arsenal have been far better, conceding only a 0.35 XG against Palace in the Carabao Cup, limiting Everton to 0.09. When games are more open, you're obviously going to concede more chances. But with the introduction of Declan Rice, things definitely changed. A performance that we're going to break down later in this video. Moving on to the second thing, Martinelli's new position. In a game that he started on the left-hand side, things had to change after minute 24, with Bukayo Saka taken off injured, pulling up after a cross and holding his hamstring. It was things that Arsenal fans did not want to see. Massive questions asked of the Arsenal attack. One of your main players out, your highest sister. How are you going to react? For Mikel Arteta, he switched the position of Gabriel Martinelli over to the right, as he dropped a 7.2 rating with 1 goal, 1 out of 5 dribbles, as well as 3 key passes, making it now 20 goals and assists at the start of last season, 13 goals, 7 assists. Martinelli now has 4 goals in the league this season, 2 shy of his entire tally last season, but more importantly, he looked far more threatening. On the right hand side on his favoured right foot, rather than cutting inside he was able to take it out wide, causing Mitchell a different sort of problem. Martinelli is very much a straight line runner. He's not a mazy winger, but he does have a lot of pace. So when then able to drive down the right hand side and throw in crosses, he can look more dangerous. You then think about our right hand side dynamics. When you've got a left footer like Martin Odegaard, a ball handler, having a right footer and Martinelli hold the width, it also gave the attack a bit more balance. And here he was after the game speaking to Ian Wright, saying, "I'd like to say thank you for the message you sent me the other day. It means a lot to me." He has definitely struggled because there's been a lot of pressure. Questions about also signing a brand new left winger. But on the right hand side, if Saka is to be injured, you might have Raheem Sterling, you can play Gabriel Jesus. But having seen Martinelli play in the past, think about the final day of last season against Everton, a game that he dropped an 8.0 rating, with 2 dribbles, 5 key passes and 2 big chances created. The angle suits him very well, potentially a solution for Arsenal, if Bukayo is out for a while, because in terms of any injury update there, things aren't looking good. From his face you could tell straight away that it wasn't looking good, with this heartbreaking video coming after the game, of Saka walking out of Selhurst Park on crutches. Mikel Arteta says we are pretty worried about Saka's injury. He grabbed his hamstring and he couldn't continue. He will have to be assessed and we are pretty worried. Arsenal's highest assister and our biggest goal contributor this season, saving us time and time again, having struggled with a hamstring injury already this season, taken out of the England squad and taken off against Chelsea. Unfortunately, it seems like this has been coming for a while, without a proper rotation on the right hand side. So much emphasis from such a young age. In this game, he actually became the 3rd youngest Arsenal player in history to reach 250 appearances, behind only Cesc Fabregas and David O'Leary, having struggled in the absence of Martin Odegaard. This is going to be a big blow for Mikel Arteta. If it is anything over a grade 1 hamstring injury, Saka could be out for over a month. In a very hectic schedule where games coming thick and fast, with Arsenal having no more room for error. The question is, how is he going to adapt? With this game, the solution being Gabriel Martinelli. But what about Raheem Sterling, who wasn't involved? With Mikel Arteta confirming before the game that he was out of the squad because of an injury, feeling something in training, with further tests to come in the coming days. What I see here is another reason why Arsenal have to be active in the January transfer window, already looking for a brand new forward. If we're talking about names like Mohamed Kudus, a player that Arsenal definitely have interest in, capable of playing on the left and right hand side, if Saka is going to be out for a while, acting in January as soon as possible has now become even more mandatory. Moving on to the third thing, Arsenal's new system. On a day that Arsenal scored 5 goals with 4 different goal scorers. Going into the game, there was no surprise that Gabriel Jesus was starting. The real surprise was Kai Havertz. Starting in midfield with a lot of fans skeptical. I personally wasn't actually that surprised, because when you go back to the game against Crystal Palace in the midweek, with the arrival of Martin Odegaard off the bench, we saw Mikel Arteta deploy a diamond, with Mikel Merino drifting from left 8 to right 8, and Odegaard playing deeper. Essentially, Arsenal had 1 number 10 and 2 number 8s. And when using a number 10, Havertz is far more suited than Merino. So in this game, we once again saw the diamond. Partey at the base, Odegaard on the right, Lewis-Skelly on the left, and Havertz on the tip. That's why Arsenal's attack looks so much more threatening, leaving Arsenal with a far more dangerous attack. With Martin Odegaard in a deeper role as shown by his heat map, with 2 key passes and 1 big chance created. Not only were we playing to Odegaard's strengths, dropping him deeper, but playing Havertz alongside Gabriel Jesus, we saw the formation of a striking partnership, as Kai dropped a 7.6 rating with 1 goal scored, an XG of 0.93, alongside 1 key pass, 2 ground duels and 3 aerial duels. Look at his heat map and what you'll see here. It's not a left number 8, but a player roaming across the entire front 3. With now 28 Premier League goals and assists at the start of last season, the same amount as Phil Foden, who was last year's Player of the Year. Havertz now has 19 goals and 9 assists, averaging a goal contribution every 142 minutes. This game was a glimpse into the future, with Arsenal looking for a brand new number 9 to play as our striker. At the tip of a diamond, he's able to roam around and find space instead. Use his attacking instincts to poach away goals, with a prime example being our third one. Jesus in the box occupying the centre backs. Havertz able to ghost into the space at the right place, right time, and score the Arsenal goal. This is exactly why he used to thrive for Bayer Leverkusen, why Chelsea spent over £80 million on him, and it shows that even when Arsenal signed a new striker, Havertz will still have a role in this team. But in terms of the striker of the day, of course, we got to talk about Gabriel Jesus. Resurrected once again with an 8.5 rating, with another 2 goals scored from an XG of only 0.75. 1 successful dribble, 1 time hitting the post and 1 big chance missed. With a whopping 5 goals in just 2 games, it was things that you love to see. Saying after the game, when I play with a smile on my face, everything is different. I want to work hard, I know my qualities, I can score goals. I just have to put myself in good positions to finish the actions. The moment that he scored the first goal, the game was almost over. And I say that because of this insane record of never losing a Premier League match in which he has scored it. 61 matches, 56 wins and 5 draws. When it comes to strikers, there's always so much analysis. What can change, where they need to play, when the most essential thing they all need is just confidence. Having scored 3 goals against Crystal Palace in the midweek, Jesus was playing far more instinctively. Not overthinking stuff, you look at that first goal. Hit first time with precision, which was even more of the case for his second goal. Crystal Palace leaving 3 players up for the corner, giving Arsenal a far bigger space to aim at. Jesus capitalised in devastating fashion. A absolutely world-class finish into the top right-hand corner. Once again fully relying on instincts. In just the space of a week, he's now scored 5 goals, from an XG of only 2.06. Each and every finish of a very high quality. In terms of Premier League goals and assists, he now has 115, 2 more than Fernando Torres. Some will see this as a purple patch, but others will see this as him returning to form, averaging a goal contribution every 125 minutes over his entire Arsenal career, one of Man City's highest ever goal scorers, helping them win numerous league titles. Over the last year, of course, he has struggled, but it's less about him being threatening and more about him not being available. Constant injuries that have ruined his confidence and taken away his rhythm. Now that he's back in the Arsenal team and he's firing, we are seeing a Jesus that we saw back in 2022-23, causing all sorts of chaos and being so threatening, having shown they can also do it alongside Kai Havertz. With this new diamond formation of Mikel Arteta, in the absence of Bukayo Saka, this could be absolutely essential. Your star attacker isn't available. How are you going to adapt? Who is going to step up? The question is, could that man be Gabriel Jesus? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Is this just a purple patch? Or do you think Gabriel Jesus is actually back? Moving on to the fourth thing, the Declan Rice masterclass. In a game that, as we said, Arsenal were way too open, clinical in attack but vulnerable defensively. With 32 minutes to go, Mikel Arteta threw on his £105 million midfielder, as Declan Rice came off the bench to drop an 8.4 rating, with 1 goal and 1 assist, 19 accurate passes and 1 big chance created. He becomes the first midfielder to score a goal and register an assist in just 32 minutes in a Premier League game this season, with now 19 goals and assists for Arsenal in 53 Premier League games, equaling his entire West Ham tally. As Mikel Arteta said perfectly, when Declan Rice came on, he changed the game. He gave us more dominance, with still the same threat, but we were much better. Not only was his goal sublime, likewise his celebration, but with Rice off the pitch, Arsenal conceded an XG of 1.66, 13 shots conceded and 3 big chances against. Once he came on, we only conceded a 0.06 XG, letting in only 2 shots and not a single big chance against. Because Partey and Rice definitely make us sturdier. Yes, in games where we're chasing the goal, having 2 defensive-minded players isn't the best, but once we have the goals and we have to just control it, having the legs of Declan Rice is very important. As Mikel Arteta says, I like to be dominant in the right areas. I don't like to concede much. We conceded nothing in 4 games, but today we conceded more, especially because we have given 2 big chances. It's always the balance that we want. It now poses a question going forwards if Mikel Arteta is going to stick to this diamond, have Havertz alongside Gabriel Jesus. Who is going to be the anchor, Declan Rice or Thomas Partey? Because as great as Partey might be on the ball, if you're going to have more attacking players on the field, Rice will definitely give more defensive security. You also had the returning Ricardo Calafuri, who dropped a 7.4 rating, also getting an assist. A vital return for Arsenal because of the area we've struggled in. When you look at our fullbacks this season, apart from Yuri and Timber, they have all been injured for a big period of time. For Calafuri, it's a very similar question. We know he's a fantastic player when he's fit, but can he become reliable in terms of fitness? And now that you have Myles Lewis-Skelly also performing to a high level, the question is, who is Mikel Arteta going to start going forwards? Moving on to the 5th thing, get Arteta out now. After another disgraceful performance where we only scored 5 goals, as Arsenal became the first team in English top flight history to score 5+ goals in 6 different away games in a single calendar year. We have only now gone 10 games unbeaten, with 8 wins and 2 draws, scoring only a measly 26 goals in the process. I think Mikel Arteta is very lucky to still have a job. Joking aside though, I still get why there's so much pressure. Having been in the title race for 2 successive years, Arsenal fans have seen too often Arsenal drop points in games that have cost us come the end of the season. We then look at the 2 draws against Everton and Fulham. We had enough chance to win both of those games, but in failing to get over the line, having seen the excellence of Man City in the past few years, for Arsenal fans there is a lot of PTSD there. But this year's title race is definitely different. In the league table we're Arsenal are 3rd, a point behind Chelsea and 3 points off Liverpool, who both have games in hand. As Jamie Redknapp says, it feels like to me a 3-horse race of Chelsea, Liverpool and Arsenal. And the reason why it's different is because one team is missing there. We're talking about 6th place Man City, losing once again this time to Aston Villa 2-1, having now conceded 27 goals in 12 games, losing a whopping 9 games. I think it's safe to say that Man City aren't in this title race, too far behind and completely out of form. Liverpool are an amazing team and Chelsea look very strong, but they won't be as invincible as Man City were last season, going the entire second half without a single defeat. In terms of Liverpool, of course, they've got a massive game tomorrow against our little brothers in Nando's FC, and of course I would love a favour, but Arsenal have to take it step by step, earn their place to get back into second and close the gap, earn their place back in the title race by taking it game by game, because Liverpool and Chelsea will drop points. But I still believe Arsenal have the most pressure out of all 3 of the teams, because having gone so close over the last 2 seasons, now seeing your main rivals Man City completely in the mud, Liverpool under a manager in their first season. Likewise Chelsea and Maresca. We've been given an opportunity that we have to take advantage of. With only one game left in 2024, Ipswich at the Emirates Stadium. Then Brentford away on New Year's Day. With the recent news of Bukayo Saka and Arsenal needing a boost, it's going to be very important for Arsenal to show intent in the January transfer window. Today was nice and 5 goals was amazing. But if Arsenal have any ambition of winning the title this season, I think it's absolutely imperative that we show ambition this January. That is the video there and there, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you have, don't forget to smash a like and also subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you want to follow your boy on all other social medias, then the links are down below in the description. But that was the 5 things we learned from Crystal Palace 1, Arsenal 5, a gargantuan victory. It's over the Spurs to potentially do us a favour, but for Arsenal, focus on themselves. January's around the corner and things might get interesting. So as per, stay tuned as always and I'll see you next time. Take care and a bless.